All right. It's 4:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. By a clock that's 7 minutes fast. And in the last video, we was talking about the Astralscape. Some of y'all know I put bubble stories out when I'm talking, like my flash to jump in and maybe twist the detail or something. But some of y'all know from previous videos where we talked about the same subject what the bubble story is. Okay? Like if I say like a certain gender or blah blah blah, but you know from a previous discussion that, you know, maybe that's bubbly. You know what I'm saying? As well, there are entities who would become alarmed by certain information, you know, that it's true, or even, you know, like from where they're at, they like might be disbelieving or in a delusional state, but still, the chance that it's true, which, you know, it causes the reaction, you see. So I have been getting like woke up in the middle of the night last few nights, and I've been feeling compelled to have Aslan with me. I don't know, maybe one of the like bad feelings I've had about him, maybe something bad's gonna happen and he should just be with me, then I won't have to be like wondering if like something happened to him. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're always looking, when your little dog, something happens to your little dog, you're always looking for somebody to blame. And I don't want to be in that mode with him if something happens. So lately I've been wanting to just keep him with me at night. He's been feeling bloated. I don't know if he's just getting too much or what. Or I noticed that in the backyard, from certain angles, down on the ground, in between the house and the garage next door, you can see where they had their pool last year. There's a chemical spill stain on the grass halfway into the fucking yard from where they drained that pool. So, you know, the dog going out there and coming back in and, you know, them puking up bile on I don't know if I talked to y'all about that, but yeah, he was puking up yellow bile on the bed earlier, yesterday now. And it's just the kind of stuff I'm talking about, is like, you know, if something happens to him, I'm gonna, you know, I might not have such strong control over my psyche because I'm so attached to him, and he means so much to me, you know. So I found a tick on him. He was scratching himself, you know, when I woke up at like 1 o'clock in the morning, because I laid down with him, and Lisa came to get him, and I wanted to keep him with me, but I was willing to relinquish him if it like meant, you know, a lot to her that she have him with her, you know, which it shouldn't. She's got John in there. They don't really need him. He's like an accessory at this point. So, but to me, he's like a companion. So, yeah, he stayed in there with me, and I was just laying there with him and a whole bunch of the kitties. You know, it was just a kitty fest in the lab bed. It was like they could sense that I was feeling ill and tired, just like wore out where I couldn't move. And I laid there and fell asleep with my teeth in, which that's the second time I've done that in a week. On the bed there, laying there with the dog. And then I got up at like 1 o'clock, and I was gonna leave my teeth in, but then when the bottoms felt like they were loose enough, because, well, it'd been 13 hours, I put them in at like 12:30 in the afternoon yesterday. It's like, okay, yeah, if I can bust them loose, I'm gonna go ahead and take them out. So I don't have them in now. And I think that does affect the frequencies of my delivery. I think that they're a little bit different with my teeth in, and maybe there's something more beneficial when I'm delivering something without them. You see, I don't know why. That's kind of a gross detail to share. But you see, you can't see me anyway, so. And I've had people tell me that I'm just as cute without them, and if I don't smile or anything like that, you can't really tell I don't have them in. You know, unless you're just like watching my mouth and you know what it should look like with my teeth in. You see? Which, you know, most people do that see me. Anyway, I dropped one of the seats in the back down to put, so it was like a table so Aslan could just sit there and look out the back window without having to get up on his hind legs to look out. And at first he seemed almost like he thought I was punishing him by putting him on it, because, well, it's a hard table and I don't got nothing on it for him yet, you know, nothing soft. But I think now he figured it out. I put it there for him to look out the window, because now he's looking out the window and seems to be fine. Yeah, I found a tick on him right by his ear, and I had to go get tweezers and heat him up and get the tick off him and burn that sucker up. That happened a few hours ago. I got him out here with me now, hanging with me. Of course, I'm not going to leave him in the house. If I come out here, it's like, you know, I'll bring him out since he's just going to sit in the door longing to come out anyway. And he likes to come out here and sit, especially if it's nice with the door open and shit. He just sits there and watches the world. Acts like he feels like he can just jump out and attack some shit if he wants to. Sit there and bark at shit. And when we came out, I had 3 something, I don't know, 20 after 3 or so, when we first came out, because I sat here and warmed the van up for a while and smoked down. It was snowing really bad. I mean, you know, nothing stuck, but it was like it was one of them little blizzards blow-throughs, man. It was it covered the little minivan and shit. When I ran the wipers, it actually created dirt on the windshield, even though this thing hasn't been moved. So that's kind of an interesting little detail. But the details you can glean in Astral Warfare, you know, it's beyond meditation. I think that you just about have to be asleep physically, you know, for it to be safe for you to like go out on the astroscape. In my opinion, you don't want to be on the astroscape awake. It seems like is why it doesn't happen to me awake. At least I don't think it does. It seems like sometimes I've gone into like trance states, where, you know, I just have sat there and blacked out, and it seems like, I don't know, something happened. But I would like to think that I'm not going to become like narcoleptic where I just keep falling out. I mean, I didn't fall out. I laid down and was just laying there being cuddled by a bunch of kitties and a little puppy dog, and fell asleep. And that happened twice. But then I get up and it's like I was just going to masturbate and go back to sleep. And then I just felt it in my spirit. Now, you know, you got woke up. You didn't just wake up. You got woke up, you know. And it's like you've been getting woke up. And then, you know, I have like, y'all are a supportive group. And attentive. Which is more important than supportive, you know, is that you're attentive. And so it's like, well, there's that, you know, it's like, you have something to share and you don't go out and share it, you know, and you have no reason not to. You just being lazy. So it's like, yeah, I was being lazy, and didn't want to come out, and actually laid back down after taking my teeth out and was going to go to sleep. But Well, I took my teeth out before masturbating in case it was more than it turned out to be. It turned out to be a quickie by comparison. And then, I'm laying there and I just want to go to sleep, and it's like, well, you can get better sleep later and, go do this. And then you did something for the collective consciousness, for the universe, for those who, they watch your videos. It's like they get something out of the content when you share it from the state of mind you're in, which I'm not coming out with like any mental agenda, I didn't come out with like, hey, I'm going to address this or address that. I came out and just, what was on my spirit is what I lay out. And I think that's happening better during these hours, like at night when, because I'm like a nighttime person and I transferred over to daytime activity to see Lisa off to work and stuff, so that, because she used to do that for me when I worked and she didn't work. So I wanted to do that for her, reciprocate, so I started getting up. And for a long time I walked her to work and stuff and, all that. And then I started getting tired and sick. And she started walking to work by herself. And then after the incident on the day my dad died, where she fell and, the plow truck almost ran her over and shit like a bunch of assholes, messed her knee up. It's like, she didn't walk too much after that before she had to start driving, because she didn't mess her knee up, and it was the city's fault cleaning the street off without putting any dirt down. And then she couldn't walk on this shit. It was just like a sheet of ice. I can walk on ice, but some people can't, and so that's like a debilitating thing for them. If they walk to work, it's 2 blocks away, and the sidewalk's fucking covered, because back then the sidewalk used to be covered, and in some places it still is, because, well, assholes hired dumbasses to plow their driveways who block the sidewalks, so the little sidewalk, little scooter thing, you can't clean it. So that's why, I might be like transferring over to delivering more at night if I continue to deliver content at all. I never know what I'm going to be doing. I didn't intend to be out here making videos, and I don't know how many I'm gonna make before I get released from it, but I'm not making a big long video, because I've noticed that some of you don't even look at the long ones, and so you're missing out on some good content when you do that. The longer videos that are up on the other channels, when you don't check those out, those are me too. They're just in the activities list. And when they pop up in the activities list, well, who knows how old they are by then. And you should check them out, because it's the same as this content. It's just I went over the time limit and decided to, instead of cut it up, put it all together. But I could just start cutting them up, and putting them up like that if I go over time, or just keep doing it like this, where I stop and come back, which either way works for me. I don't care. I'm just I'm ready to do whatever I'm supposed to do, and if this is one of the things I'm supposed to do, I don't want to not be doing it, because, well, that would be wrong, and that would be robbing myself and y'all. Alright, so we'll stop. I'll come back in a minute. Maybe, maybe not.